Hello, I am your psychology mentor, Park Seni Mind. Everyone, don't live too hard. These kinds of sayings are quite popular, so I'll try saying it too. Don't live too hard. How should you live? If you consider yourself young, especially those in their 20s, then live as hard as you can, like you're crazy. Don't just live hard, but put your whole heart into it and live almost as if you're crazy. Because I definitely lived that way. Many good things have happened and are happening, and if I want, I think I can create more good things, no matter how much I think about it. But for those who haven't gone crazy, those who just live half-heartedly, it will never work. Only by living as if you're crazy can you reach a certain trajectory. This is an inconvenient truth, and I really want to use it to attract attention and create a stir. But somehow, I can't bring myself to do it. Anyway, I guess the subscribers will increase on their own. But in any case, you can't just live half-heartedly. You really have to live as if you're crazy. Let's take a look at the reason. Everyone, imagine you have planted 2 trees in an orchard. You are the owner of the orchard. There are tree A and tree B, and tree A decides to focus on rooting, to root very diligently. So it concentrates solely on rooting like crazy. It keeps diligently rooting, continuously trying to root during the growing season. With this goal in mind, it keeps doing so. It continues to root underground. Meanwhile, what about tree B? It just lives carefreely, calling over the cicadas, singing along with them, and just having fun. About 3 years have passed like this. Is there any difference between tree A and tree B when viewed from the outside? There isn't. They're the same. There won't be much of a visible difference in appearance. Of course, if you dig up the roots, it's different. But we don't dig up the roots. Just from the outside, there's no significant difference in appearance. But then, about 5 more years pass in that state, right? Then there is a tremendous difference in appearance as well. Tree A is almost a full-grown tree. It can't be done just like that. It has grown to be very thick, and a system has been created to draw up underground water, allowing it to absorb energy and nutrients, resulting in an abundance of very beautiful and delicious fruits. There are so many, but tree B remains as bare as it was before, with no fruits. There might be a few scattered here and there, but they lack marketability. You know, things like this. Even if you give them as gifts to others, you feel sorry, and it's just a few non-marketable ones hanging there. Now, you are the owner of the orchard. Is tree A beautiful? Is tree B beautiful? Of course, tree A is beautiful. So, what will you do with tree B around tree A? You might just cut it down. Instead of doing that, you would probably uproot it and plant it densely with other shallow-rooted ones like B. As the owner of the orchard, will you give the B type to tree A? Will you give it to tree B? You give it all to tree A. All in. Why go all in? Tree A proves itself with certainty and results, even before you give it B, the ones that give back. So, tree A, which proves its tremendous superiority by growing enormously, even without receiving any B. You almost go all in for it, fertilizer. Then, since it grew even when I didn't give it anything, it's obvious that if I do give it, it will achieve even greater accomplishments and reward me. So I go all in on tree A. On the other hand, I don't give anything to tree B. I don't care whether it lives or dies. So what happens with this? It becomes a winner-takes-all society. Even if you are the owner of the orchard, it will be the same, right? Put your hand on your heart and think about it. Even if you are definitely the owner of the orchard, you will go all in on tree A. You can't pay attention to the rest when there are proven entities. So the B trees are in big trouble now. Even if they try to emulate tree A now and take root, it won't work. Why won't it work? My growth plate is injured. That's why it won't work anymore. You need to remember that there is a time for everything. There is a time for growth. And because that time was missed, no matter how much effort you put in, even if you try several times harder, the results won't show much difference. Now they might go crazy. The roots are shallow, competition has become fiercer, and there's no fertilizer. So they feel like they're almost dying, and indeed, a hellish life unfolds. But tree A thinks, let's just live roughly. I'm getting older, so let's take it easy. Even if you try to live roughly, it's not the same as others. Rough living. Because the system to draw up underground water is already in place, and they continuously receive fertilizer support. Even if they live roughly, the results are not mediocre. Enormous results continue to follow one after another. So, You must definitely know this. Those who live their youth working like crazy will eventually have almost everything. Even if they seem like people with similar salaries, there will be a difference of dozens of times, and naturally, that's how it is. As you might have seen in the previous video, I earn over 100 million won a month, even in February, just by myself, regardless of employees. Just by looking at that, don't think it's because of good fortune or destiny. I have lived almost like a madman. Honestly, if I hadn't done that, earning over 100 million won a month would be impossible. So, when you're young, when you have strength and enough energy, you need to work almost like a madman. Just living diligently won't cut it. In my opinion, you need to work almost insanely hard, but you also need to have the right methods. I will continue to share those methods with you whenever I have the time. So, if you keep these things in mind one by one, I believe you will achieve tremendous accomplishments, completely different from what you have now. I hope today's video will be of great help to you. Please continue to subscribe and give me more support. Also, please hit the like button and make sure to set up notifications. Thank you for your efforts. I will see you next time with a great video. Always stay strong. Thank you.